Now, today, July 24th, the United Nations is expected to adopt a draft resolution for August 11th to be declared World Steelpan Day and to be annually observed on the UN's calendar. Now, this comes as Pan Trinbago gets set to celebrate Pan Month in August. And so joining us this morning to talk more about that decision is President of Pan Trinbago, who is joining us via Zoom all the way from New York, Mrs. Beverly Ramsey Moore. Ms. Ramsey Moore, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to Trinidad and Tobago.
Of course. Ms. Ramsey Moore, I just have to say, initial thoughts as we see that the UN is going to declare August 11th as World Steel Pan Day.
I mean, it is an exciting moment for all of us in Trinidad and Tobago. I want to say that the advocacy with respect to the day being declared started since 2019. Now, there is a Trinidadian living in England who lobbied to have the day declared because he felt that the 11th of the 8th was a fitting day. The 11 representing the 2-6 and the 8 representing two pans, or we can say two notes in a pan. So he felt that that was fitting. And so he really tried to have persons involved in the advocacy. And one, Mr. Bertel Gittens, came to my office and we had the conversation, and it started from there. The lobby started from there to have the day declared, and Bertel Gittens went on to forming the Steelpan Trust, and together with Pantrin Bego's backings and Pantrin Bego's support, we continue to advocate since 2019. And today I want to say thanks to the government of Trinidad and Tobago for taking up the initiative and working through their mission here in New York. And I look forward to that 3 p.m. hour when I'll be sitting in the General Assembly where that resolution will be presented, and I'm sure it will be passed.
Yeah.
Because so far we have over 60 countries co-sponsoring with Trinidad and Tobago. And I tell you, it is going to be a monumental occasion. For when we think of the very history of the steel pan, you know, the struggle and the resilience coming from behind the bridge, and now it's on the world stage. That is a significant achievement for Trinidad and Tobago and for our pioneers and for those who were involved in the struggle. I tell you, today is a day, you know, I'm feeling the butterflies. Is like, you know, when you're going and get married and you're just nervous and everything. That is Beverly Ramsey Moore this morning.
Mrs. Ramsey Moore, I want to jump in here and just ask, tell me some of the benefits to being, declared World Steel Pan Day. What are some of the benefits to us as Trinbagonians when it comes to the United Nations declaring August 11th as World Steel Pan Day?
And so, you know, at this time, we have ramped up the awareness and the promotion because we are looking at the economic benefits in particular. We know that over 40 countries have steel bans, and we feel with that promotion and that awareness with the United Nations declaring that day for the steel pan, we expect that that is going to ramp up the export because, you know, pan is really selling for something like 1,000 US. And we also always look at the instrument as that major economic driver for Trinidad and Tobago. And so with that kind of promotion, we expect to see much more happening in the export market, and not only with the export market, but also with our tuners and arrangers and players and even those who make the other steel pan accessories. We see a big opening up of that promotion and where we can now earn foreign exchange, even tourism. There's going to be a focus now with the greatest show on earth, which is Carnival, and our Panorama. We focus heavily on tourism and also PAN as a tool for education in the various schools all over the world. I think now it provides an opportunity for us to focus heavily and monetizing our operations here much more in Trinidad and Tobago and throughout the entire world.
Yeah.
So for me, that is the big part of it.
Mrs. Ramsey Moore, as it relates to the activities for World Steel Pan Month, can you share with us some of the things that Pan Trinbago was planning, and are we going to see these activities ramped up when the adoption takes place in terms of having it declared as World Steel Pan Day on
All right,
August 11th?
the volume, I'm not hearing the volume as
Mrs. Ramsey Moore, you hearing me now? Hello?
not loud. I'm not hearing clearly.
Can you hear me now, Ms. Ramsey Moore? Hello? Mrs. Moore? Oh no, I think we're having some technical difficulties. Yeah. So we're going to try to get back Mrs. Ramsey Moore, but I like what I'm hearing so far in terms of the economic boost that we're seeing. I wanted to ask about the activities, because not only is it going to be Steel Pan Month in August, but with this adoption now, are we going to be seeing more activities?
Yeah, I can't answer that.
But I say if you had to surmise.
So. I mean, the thing is that I think that this is a long-term investment. So I don't think that trying to ramp up activities immediately after it being declared. I mean, we're a week and a half away from August.
You never know. I've seen Mrs. Ramsey Moore do some kind of things, especially in the pandemic.
I'm saying that it wouldn't be the last World Steel Pan Day. It'd be the first one, sure, and we can celebrate it in fine style, as I expect that they would have plans to do so already. But I expect that as years continue, we can see the expansion and the investment from public-private partnerships that would hopefully lead to better celebration and not just, depend on Pan Trinbago, for example, to be able to celebrate or make the celebrations happen.
I guess. I'm also looking forward to Panorama as well to see how that plays out. I mean, it is such an amazing thing that's happening, and the declaration when it is. And just for it to be added on the UN calendar of international days, give it that extra boost, as I keep mentioning, not just for us here locally, but of course for us around the world. I mean, Pan is already known around the world. I see where people in Japan playing and people in these far kind of rural areas, so you wouldn't think know about our national instrument, playing it and appreciating it. So I think it's going to boost us and, help with more appreciation for that instrument. So we're looking forward to see the investment in that. But I think we have Mrs. Ramsey Moore back. Mrs. Ramsey Moore, can you hear me? Hello, Ms. Ramsey Moore? Okay, I think that's it for Mrs. Ramsey Moore. As you know, she was coming live from New York because the Minister of Tourism, Culture, and the Arts, Minister Randall Mitchell, of course, our President Beverly Ramsey Moore, and a few others, they are actually going to be at the General Assembly meeting this evening when that resolution is adopted. So exciting things are going to be happening this evening.
Most definitely, and we look forward to it being declared, and then we can announce it properly to you all.
Yeah.
But I mean, World Steel Pan Day for us would mean more marketing. It would mean world recognition, and it's stamping there and saying this belongs to Trinidad and Tobago, and hopefully an accurate account of the Steel Pan's history and all of that kind of documentation, which we already have in place, would be shared with the world, and nobody can say that it's their own. It's our own. We know that for sure, and once it's declared. There's no turning back.
It's going to be. I mean, I was hoping to get into the process, and I think Mrs. Ramsey Moore touched on it a bit in terms of how you get this before, how you get it before the UN General Assembly. And I remember reading an article where I think that somebody was lobbying for it assiduously. Mrs. Ramsey Moore, you back with us?
Yes, I'm back.
Nice. So happy to have you back. I was so sad that we almost lost you. But quickly, I just wanted to ask, in terms of the activities for Steel Pan Month, can you share exactly what Pan Trinbago has been planning?
Well, let me tell you what's going to happen today, firstly. After the resolution is passed today, well, I must mention our line minister, Mr. Randall Mitchell. He is going to deliver a ministerial statement today.
Right.
He is going to present on behalf of the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And then, of course, after that, we'll have the resolution passed. And whilst that is happening here, and there's going to be a reception after in Trinidad and Tobago this evening at Desperado's Panyard. We are going to toast the announcement and the declaration. So we have a Desperado's Panyard from 6 this evening, led by our permanent secretary, P.S. Mora. She will be there leading the troops. And we have Massey Trinidad All-Stars, we have Desperados, we have Renegades, those bands from behind the bridge, together with our National Steel Orchestra. They are going to be at Desperados Panyard, 5 p.m. Trinidad and Tobago. Go down and support and move that toast for what is going to happen. And then on the 8th, on the 11th of August, there is going to be a massive celebration taking place from behind the bridge with Piccadilly Greens coming all the way around. We have 11 single pan bands right up to Woodford Square. And in Woodford Square, there is where we're going to have the official speeches, and then we have 7 conventional bands that will be performing. So Trinidad and Tobago, get ready. This is a significant occasion for us. It is work that was done with the trust, Steelpan Trust, Pan Trinbago. Our mission here in New York, all the persons who have worked extremely hard to have this done and have the lobbying of various countries, we want to thank them so much. Our permanent secretary, thank you so much. Today we have playing here in the US, we have Dr. Ray Hallman and Kareem Brown from the NSSO. They will be performing. And then we have a band from New York, and they will also be playing here today. So I tell you, Trinidad and Tobago, my voice is going. The excitement is so much that
Of course.
I am overwhelmed.
I know, I can, I can hear it. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Let me just thank you so much for joining us this morning. We felt the excitement, of course, coming through on the line as we look forward to adopting this. And I know that we will be with you and the other members in spirit when the UN Assembly meets at 3 p.m. today. So thank you so much for joining us, and all the best in New York.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. And that was President of Pan Trinbago, Mrs. Beverly Ramsey Moore, just sharing the excitement as the United Nations get ready to adopt and declare August 11th as World Steelpan Day.
It looks like I was wrong. Big celebrations in the
See
works.
what I tell you?
From this evening, we head down to Despa's Panyard, and then, of course, on August 11th, big street parade ending at Woodford Square. So let me celebrate.
Exactly. And of course, remember, she's telling you to come down. By her telling us to come down, I can safely say it's going to be free, right? You could come down for free by Despa's Panyard.
She never say buy a ticket, you know. She say come down.
Walk, what would you call it? Not spending
Vex
money.
money.
Vex money. Walk with your vex money, Trini. So when you go down to Despa's, if you're going down to Despa's Panyard this evening, but remember, it's going to be a celebration, and we look forward to seeing, when the announcement is made and when we actually are added on the calendar. It's going to be some very, very exciting stuff from now until.
Yes, it certainly will be. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a quick break and come back with more on the Now Morning Show. When we come back, we chat with Devontae. Devontae is our artist in residence this week. Stay tuned.